People of the earth, we are finally reviewing manga again on YouTube. So make sure you like, subscribe, all that jazz. The Wings of Icarus. This shit is so crazy, yo. You know, we start this shit off. Basically, in the last chapter, Vegapunk basically told us that the world is sinking. That's how that fucking broadcast started off. So, you know, we're basically just seeing the Marines react to Dr. Vegapunk telling the whole world that jazz. And then, you know, we start seeing everybody around the world react. Like Water 7, we see Ice Pops over here reacting. We go back to Impel Down. We see Doflamingo laughing, telling Magellan, aren't you supposed to be protecting us? Aren't you supposed to protect the inmates? What if we get flooded? You know, and then Magellan actually replies and he's like, we actually had a sea level rise earlier that caused havoc with some cells, and that was only 1 meter. How many meters would it take to cover the world? And then Doflamingo starts laughing at him, telling him a lot of people would be screwed if it rose just 5 meters. Maybe we could go somewhere high up. I don't know if that's like just a joke from him, or him just like trying to say, let's go to Mary Jo's or some shit like that, Mary Jo. Then we cut to Fishman Island and we see Shirahoshi and her pops. I always think he's Jamaican. And she's asking him if it's gonna happen. He's like, it sounds so outlandish, Jamo. Jamo. This dude is crazy, Jamo. Then we come back to Egghead and they're firing off the warships are firing off at Egghead, and they're reacting, talking about enough with this madness, Vegapunk. Enough with this madness, Vegapunk. He's gonna cause a mass panic, even if people don't believe it, because he's a well-respected scientist. But we cut to the 4 elders and they are steamed. They are steamed dumplings right now, reacting, because they really know what he means, bro. So they're like, we gotta eradicate every broadcast snail, and then they're like, yo, kill everything that has a living pulse. We gotta get them all out of here, and we'll deal with the problem, with the ramifications later. So then you basically just start seeing Vegapunk's message start spreading. Well, he's just talking through his monologue or whatever, and we start seeing other characters moving about and other characters reacting. And then he's like, according to my data, if you a few days from now, as I record this, an exceptionally vicious earthquake will rock the planet. People are like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And then more of the other pirates start reacting. Don't tell me he's talking about today's earthquake. Didn't he die after recording this? You know, the Blackbeard pirates that came through. And then he continues on. Vegapunk continues on. Following this calamity, sea levels on across the world will rise by 1 meter. A number of islands will become uninhabitable, and naturally, many beaches will also be completely submerged, yo. What the fuck? He continues on, if this doesn't come to pass, feel free to disregard the rest of this message. For some old man, I guess he's with some giraffes and shit. He's like, hold on. Let me keep listening on, and we cut the Aokiji. And he's like, Aokiji's silent as fuck too, and the rest of his crew is reacting like, how is he able to call it? How the fuck does he know? So Vegapunk continues on assuming, however, these events have transpired, and please pay heed to what I have to say. He continues on, and as he's continuing on, the elders are screaming, Vegapunk, not another word. So Vegapunk continues on, the earthquake I just predicted cannot, strictly speaking, be considered a natural phenomenon. Yo, I've always naively yearned for peace and prosperity. He's trying to kill all the Straw Hats. The elders are going insane. Robin's just sitting there as support. So he, as he continues on, and that brought me to what proved to be my first grave sin. I was fixated on my dream of developing an everlasting energy source, hell-bent on driving the world to a bigger and brighter future. And then we cut to this shit, the Mother Flame. The Mother Flame, yo. This shit looks crazy. Yo, Oda doesn't get enough credit for his art. And then Vegapunk continues on, but I flew too close to the sun. Then we cut into a closer shot of the Mother Flame just sitting there. And he continues on saying, I shouldn't get ahead of myself though. In order to understand where the world is heading, and as he's saying that, all the warships are firing off at the robot that woke up since Luffy hit Gear 5. And then the elders are still chasing the giants from Elbaf, and Luffy's just there laughing his ass off. Literally, bro. Then we cut back to Vegapunk as he continues on. We must first address the past, specifically what happened between 900 and 800 years ago. Y'all already know. A century-long period that most think of as a blank part of history. And then we cut into Iru listening, yo. What, yo, the entire world. This shit is insane. So then we come back to Vegapunk. Fittingly, it is known as the Void Century since all information about it has either been erased or lost, and that is true for the most part, but there is one last key to unlocking some scraps and echoes from back then. Then we cut into I'm pretty sure this is a celestial dragon. I'm trying to remember who this lady is, but whatever, we'll get back to that. She says the Void Century, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? And somebody screaming behind her, death is too good for him. Bring his body back and I'll tear him limb from limb. Yo. Vegapunk continues. The poneglyphs, these lovely stones. Oh, my bad, I'm tweaking. These lonely stones dwelling in various quiet and calm lands all over the globe. The text inscribed on them, once decoded, is our one and only method of glimpsing this unknown past. We cut to Orange Town East Blue, and let me know in the comments if I'm not seeing some shit that you guys, theorists and all these people that are super in tune to One Piece catch that I don't, because we see a black figure listening to, and we cut into some dude laughing. He looks kind of familiar, but One Piece is massive as fuck, so it's hard to remember some of this shit sometimes right on the spot. So we cut to Orange Town East Blue. And a little kid goes, hey, did you know that way back when 20 kings teamed up to create the world? I wonder if this old timer knows about any of them. And then the old dude sitting next to her says, who can say? What do you think, Chochu? And the dog just whoops his ass off or whatever. Vegapunk continues, and then we start seeing people from Amazon Lily listening. He goes, despite this, any attempts to decipher the poneglyphs is considered taboo by the world government, and so I felt compelled to commit my second grave sin. I betrayed the government and studied this forbidden era myself. Yo, I was unfortunate enough to inherit several documents from a certain group of exceptional archaeologists, and that allowed me to decipher a number of poneglyphs. And we see Robin's listening now because they talking about her peoples and shit. And he continues on, I pursued this research as far as possible, and I have no regrets. History is a story after all, and Luffy and them, well, not Luffy, the Straw Hats get to the end of Egghead, and now they can leap into the ocean, but they gotta get the rest of them on the ship or whatever. So then Vegapunk continues, and in truth, I only know a small fragment of this 100-year-long tale. It wouldn't be right to leave you with baseless speculation, so I'll limit myself to the facts as I know them. The star of this story, and then we cut into Luffy rocking an elder with another fucking a giant pistol for some reason. The star of this show basically was born 900 years ago in a bountiful and advanced kingdom, and just like the legendary sun god Nika from the fables of Elbaf, he too fought with a stretchy and elastic body. They called him Joy Boy. Son. Yo, he was the first man to take the seas, the first one to be called a pirate, and then the shit goes on break next week again, bro. I cannot, yo, the original pirate. And as Vegapunk said all this shit, and all this shit is going on, yo, it's just so much chaos going on, son. What the fuck is going on, yo? This is such an incredible chapter. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. And the next arc is gonna be Elbath. So that means we're gonna get this whole Void Century shit within the next couple months. I feel, to be honest, I think we're gonna cut into a flashbacks of I don't know whose perspective, but we're gonna try to see as much through Vegapunk's lenses, and we'll see if Oda starts giving us a a different perspective from a different character back then. Because this shit is insane. This was such a great chapter. This was such a great chapter. I am a little I'm steamed. I'm a steamed dumpling right now because it's another break next week. So let me know in the comments below what y'all think, and hit that like, subscribe, because we about to start covering these mangas. You know how we do. We bringing them over from TikTok because TikTok on some funny shit. So we gonna do it on YouTube. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.